Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Patricia if you're new to my channel, and today I want to be talking to you guys about my beginner's guide for blogging as a business. So, if you're planning to start blogging, I'm sure this is going to be very helpful because I do blogging as a business. I've been doing this for now 2 years. So I'm very sure the guide that I came up with could be very helpful to you. So please go ahead and watch this video. Go ahead and watch it until the end because I'm going to share with you the exact breakdown or details of blogging as a business. So watch the video until the end. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. The reason you want to start blogging. This is very important because before you go ahead to decide that you want to do blogging, you need to ask yourself this question: why do I want to do blogging? Yes, because according to my topic, I'm sharing with you guys a topic that you want to do blogging as a business. But then this shouldn't be your major aim. You should ask yourself this question first: why do I want to do blogging? Personally, what I would really recommend is going in for blogging if you feel it's a passion that you have. Because doing blogging as a business is good. It's really great because you are your own boss. You do what you want to do. You write about what you want to write about, talk about what you want to talk about, and that's okay. But one important thing you need to consider about blogging as a business is you should have this passion in you. It should be a passion that you have first before you go ahead and decide to do blogging as a business. So if you feel that this is a passion you have, like you really love to blog, you enjoy doing the blogging, but then you are at this point where you want to do a business and probably you feel blogging could be a good thing for you because you enjoy it, but you would want to go ahead and make a living out of it. So that's a good choice for you. You can really go ahead and do blogging as a business. But you really need to consider the fact that the reason why you go in for blogging is that you have a great passion for it. You love doing it, because if you don't, even if you really want to make money out of it, you may not be able to do it because it gets harder and harder at some point, and it needs someone who is really passionate and persistent to be able to be successful at doing it as a business. Selecting the right equipment. Before you start blogging, you need to know that there are some things you really need to have just in hand before you go ahead and start the blogging. Obviously, I assume by the time you think about doing blogging as a business, you are aware that you need a computer, because that's the first thing you really need. You need a computer. You need to have a computer and maybe a camera, or if you have a good phone, a good smartphone, you can go ahead and use your smartphone maybe to take some pictures and maybe record some videos and all that. So the first two things that you really need, like the equipment you really need, you need a computer, and then you will need a camera or a phone that takes really good pictures, because you need to write on your computer and maybe do some editing and everything on your computer. And then you'll need the phone or the camera to take pictures or record videos that you want to record. For example, if you want to do logging and then some vlogs and everything, you need to balance this up and have a camera and also have a computer. Select the right platform, the right website platform. With blogging, especially as a business, you need to consider the fact that you go in for the right website platform, because if you choose a wrong platform, I'm telling you, it's not going to be as easy. It's going to get hard for you, or you may not be able to earn as much money as you want to earn out of. I'm sorry, it's a bit slanty. You may not be able to earn as much money as you want to earn from it. So one thing you really need to consider is selecting the right website platform. If you haven't done any research, or maybe you've done research and you're really kind of confused about what to go for, because each and every single person is going to tell you what they think is good. Everyone is going to tell you what they have used or what they feel is good, and you're just in that position where you're not sure which platform to really select to go for, to use for your website or something. I would really recommend, I'm not really telling you to go ahead and use what I'm recommending. I'm just recommending this, but I know it's good and it's going to be really good for you or very helpful to you. So I would really recommend that you go ahead and use WordPress.org, because WordPress has both WordPress.com and WordPress.org. In one of my videos, I shared with you guys the difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. But specifically today, I want to share with you that going in for WordPress.org would really be helpful, because you have full control over your website, you have full control over your blogging and everything, because this is a website that you own, like you own yourself. Like it's not hosted for you, you host it yourself. If you go in for WordPress.org, but if you go in for WordPress.com, they're going to host your website for you and you will not have full control over your website. With WordPress.org, you're going to have full control over your website. You're going to have more ways to earn, for example, choosing your own ads and everything, like I'll share with you guys later on. But still, in that video, I shared with you guys the differences and then the benefits of using WordPress.org. So if you're planning to really start your website, I would recommend that you go in for WordPress.org, because WordPress.org is going to give you way more advantages and way more chances of earning, because you want to do blogging as a business. So I would really advise you to go in for WordPress.org as the right website platform for you. I'm not using it myself. I'm not recommending it because I'm using it, but I've had a lot about it and I've read about it, and I know it's far much better. Myself, I'm planning to change from WordPress.com to WordPress.org, because I didn't get as much preparation when I was starting up my blog. But if you're planning to start up your blog, please go ahead and start with WordPress.org. It's going to be very helpful for you. It's going to be good for you. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the costs and everything with WordPress.com, and then you can go ahead and consider compare them with WordPress.org and see which one you prefer. But I would really recommend you guys to go in for WordPress.org if you're planning to start up your website or you're planning to do blogging as a business. Choose the right domain name. This is also very important. Just like the way we're talking about the website, choosing the right domain name is also very important. In fact, choosing the right domain name is far more important than choosing the right website platform, because like I told you guys earlier, I'm on WordPress.com and I want to switch to WordPress.org, and that's possible and that's okay. But the problem comes in if you choose the wrong domain name, because you cannot change it. If you choose this domain name and you register your website, you register your blog and everything, your website, it's going to be very hard. It's not possible, in fact, to change your domain name from what you have to the other. The only option they can give you is you can have as many domain names as you want. Like you can have, because I think I have like 3 domain names. So you can have as many domain names as you want if you can afford to pay for them, because I'll share with you guys the costs of each and every domain name. So if you can afford to pay for all of them, that's okay. But if you want to do your blogging on one domain name, because usually your domain name is like your brand name. When someone comes to search for your website, it's like practically your domain name that takes them to your website. So this is like your brand name. So before you go ahead and start up your blogging as a business, it's very important to consider the fact that you need to choose the right domain name. Choose the domain name that is going to cover each and every topic that you are going to talk about. That is not going to affect you in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, but it's still okay. If you look ahead and you're like, in the next 20 years, I'm okay. It's okay for me to keep using this same domain name that I selected 20 years back. I can take an example. If you choose, if right now you're like in your 20s and you really have so much to talk about in your 20s, and then you decide to open up or start up your blog or your website, and you call it, you select your domain name as life in 20s, my life in my 20s, or something like really centered in on like that period of time. What is going to happen if you're like 40 years and you still want to use this domain name, and you still want to do your blogging, you still want to do your writing? What is going to happen then? So it's always very important for you to go ahead and select a domain name that you feel you can still use even in the next 20 years, something that will not embarrass you, something that you'll be proud to share with your friends, to share with your children maybe, and all that. So you need to select the right domain name. Start writing. This is obviously the most practical, almost the most important, because we are talking about blogging, and with blogging you need to have content. So we are at the point where you need to start the writing. So you need to sit down, write as much content as you can. I've always told you guys, and I'll still tell you the same thing. If you want to start up your blog, you need to have as much content as you can, because before you go ahead and publish your website, you must have at least 10 to 12 blog posts ready to be taken out. That's the minimum, like you should have. It's not a must, but for it to be a standard website, you must have at least 10 to 12 blog posts. But one thing you need to note, you guys, is that the blog posts are not going to bring traffic to your website. You guys, I shot a video about how to drive traffic to your website. One of you was really asking me a question about the blog, like how many blog posts you need to drive traffic to your website. The blog posts are not going to drive traffic to your website. It's something else. You need to utilize the SEO, you need to utilize the social media and everything, like I shared with you guys in that video. Please go ahead and check out my video. The link is just down below. I've left it just down below. Go check it out. You need to utilize that to drive traffic to your website. Of course, having more blog posts is good. It could favor you towards having more traffic, because the more blog posts you have, the higher the chances of people coming to check out content on your website. But this does not guarantee traffic to your website. Just make sure you do the writing. Start the writing and put down as much content as you can, at least 10 to 12 standard blog posts. Go ahead and do your keyword research, like I shared with you guys in my video about how to write a perfect blog post. Go ahead and do the keyword research and write your content well, organize it well, check out what others have done in your niche, people who are doing the same thing that you are doing. Go check them out, see what they are doing, compare it with yours, and then go ahead and write your content, write standard content, and then post it, and then maybe you go ahead and publish your blog. Connect your social media. This, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's always very important, especially if you want to do blogging as a business. It's very important for you to go ahead and connect your website to your social medias. Connect it to Instagram, connect it to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all your social media platforms. This is going to help with traffic, especially if you're just starting. Go ahead and connect your social media to your website, because this is going to bring in people. It's going to help you advertise your website. Since it's just starting, it's new, it's going to help you advertise your website to your friends and followers and maybe other people that might like your content. So yeah, we are talking about blogging as a business, because we know business as a business, it involves some money. You put in some and get out some. And so now let's talk about finances. And then first and foremost, we're going to talk about how much you need to put in. I'm going to be sharing with you what I spend, especially with what I spent with what I spend with WordPress.com. And so you guys can go ahead and compare it to WordPress.org. If you can go and check out their prices, because I'm going to share with you what I spend with WordPress.com. Go ahead and compare it with WordPress.org and then see what you can go in for. But I'm sure and I'm very, very confident that WordPress.org is way, way cheaper. So this is what I spend. This is what you might need if you want to do what I do. If you want to go in and use WordPress.com like me, this is what I spend for my website. First, you need to pay. I pay for I have a notebook just close to me here. So you need to pay for the website hosting. I pay around $273 per year. Because they have 4 plans. They have the starter plan, they have the premium, they have the business, and then the e-commerce. But I'm on the business plan. I began with the premium plan, but it wasn't really suitable because it wasn't favoring me towards ads, Google AdSense. Like I'll be sharing with you guys later. It wasn't favoring me in that sense. So I went in for the business plan. So if you want to do your blogging with WordPress.com, please do not go in for don't go in for premium. Go ahead and go straight to business plan if you really want to do WordPress.com like me. So I spend $273 for the website hosting every year. Then we talk about the Stripe. You need Stripe. If you want to do blogging as a business, it's really, really recommended that you go ahead and register for Stripe. First, you need to find out whether the country you're residing in, like it's one of the Stripe favored countries. Is it something like that? So it must be among the Stripe countries, because there are some countries that are not allowed to use Stripe. For example, when you had just come here, this country was not in Stripe yet, but at the moment it's now on Stripe. So you need to register for Stripe. Stripe costs about $500. Like for the first year, you need to pay at least $500, and this is a first one-time fee. And I know you're wondering, why do you need Stripe? Stripe is going to help you with the online payments. It's like secure. It secures your online payments. And if you also want to sell some products and everything, like I'll be sharing you guys later, you need Stripe. So you need $500 for the first year. Then for the remaining years, you need to pay at least $100 every year. So you have to pay the $273 for the website hosting. And then you go ahead and pay the Stripe, which is $500 for the first year, and then $100 for the rest for other years. Like every year you continue paying $100. Then we have the domain name. Like you guys, I told you, and I'll share with you how much the domain name costs. With WordPress.com, I pay $18 for every domain name. I had 3 domain names. Now I have 2. So I pay $18 for each domain name. You need to also consider that you need to have a right domain name. Otherwise, you need to be paying different $18 for every year, because like $18 for each domain every year. So it's $18 for the domain name. Then, yeah, that's enough with the costs. Apart from the advertising and everything, that's enough of the costs that I incur with WordPress.com as my website platform. Then let's talk about the earnings, because you want to do your business, you want to do blogging as a business. So how are you going to earn out of this? First, you need to connect your Google AdSense. Google AdSense is easy. It's easy to connect. You just, if you're going to use WordPress.com, or if you're already using WordPress.com, it's very easy. If you're a business plan, you just have to install the Google Sitekit plugin, and this is going to help you connect Google AdSense to all your accounts, and then you start earning from the word go. But what you really need to consider about Google AdSense is that you must really have content, because these guys are really strict. Google is like really strict. So you must have like real content on your website. You must have copyright free content, and you must have enough traffic on your website. All these things are things you really need to consider. I told you guys about social media. Please connect your social media. It's going to help you drive your first traffic to your website. It's going to help you promote your brand, promote your website just from the word go. So you need to connect Google AdSense, and also know that with Google AdSense, to be able to utilize it well, you must have great traffic on your website. But this is good. This is free. Just the moment you connect it, the money starts coming in just from the word go. Google AdSense, you earn from the adverts that Google puts on your website. The other way that you can earn from your website is through selling products or services, on like having products or services on your website. Most bloggers consider putting some products on their website. Like, you could have some products you would want to sell, maybe your own products that you make yourself, and maybe you want to sell them, and you could still go ahead and put them on your website. WordPress.com offers this. If you're on business plan, it offers this with WooCommerce. It offers you this. It's free. You can go ahead and sell your products as you do your blogging. So you can go ahead and sell your products. Then with the services, you can go ahead and do some, for example, if you open up your blog like on cooking, if you enjoy cooking, and then maybe your blog is about cooking and everything, you could go ahead and offer some lessons, some online lessons to people who want to learn some recipes. You can go ahead and offer these services. It's another way that you can earn from your website. Then donations. With donations, this is not like a guarantee that you're going to get people donating money to you, but if you're just setting up your blog, this is a good thing to consider. You can go ahead and connect this if you're using WordPress.com, because I'm like well versed about WordPress.com because it's what I use. So if you're using WordPress.com, you'll see this. It's not a plugin. You'll see it in the customize. You can add that button where people can easily click and donate some money to you, like $10 or whatever money you decide to send. So you can also earn some money from donations. If you have like friends and those who really want to support you, they can go ahead and put some money for you and support you once in a while. And then this is free money. This is going to help you as well with your brand. Then finally, I can talk to you guys about, if you want to do blogging, maybe you love to write. So you can go ahead and write down some ebooks. With ebooks, you don't need to like publish these books out there. You don't need other publishers to come and do the publishing for you. What you need to do is sit down, do the writing yourself, and then publish them on your website. Like publish them on your website, and people can go ahead and buy these books from your website. This is a good thing. You can go ahead, sit down and write your ebook and publish it, and you can still earn as much money as you want from these ebooks. So I've been sharing with you guys my beginner's guide if you want to start up your blog. So I hope you liked it. I hope it was a bit helpful to you guys. And if you're planning to start up your blog, I really wish you all the best. But please go ahead and consider what I've shared with you guys, and then do some research about each and everything. Don't just watch this and stop there. Please go ahead and make as much research as you can before you go ahead and start your blog. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you liked this video. And if you haven't subscribed, you guys, I need to repeat this. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel because I need you to subscribe. Subscribe to my channel and go ahead to like this video if you enjoyed watching it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. See you.